Good morning, Bulldogs. I'm Gracie Davis.
And I'm Keith Wilson.
Welcome to your BNN News Show.
This week we'll be showing you more on VisCom logos,
Lacrosse,
Culinary Nationals,
e-learning,
and marble sorters.
The Visual Communications class is creating logos in recognition and celebration of 150 years of excellence at Columbus North. Students in the class explain the significance of the project.
The Visual Communications class created logos to celebrate 150 years of Columbus North excellence. BNN spoke with Visual Communications teacher Mrs. Weaver and sophomore Jared Evans to get some insight on the project.
The Bulldog Alumni Committee has put together a kind of a subcommittee that they wanted to celebrate the 150-year celebration. So in order to do that, they asked our students to create a logo that would kind of signify that, so that they can use it for all different types of things. There's going to be not only a celebration here at school, but they're going to try to put that information in the Republic and things like that, so that logo would be used for various things. They asked our students to obviously, focus on the 150 years. The theme is 150 years of excellence, and so sort of the challenge of it is to how to put that into a graphic, and the excellence has to be for everything. It has to be academic excellence, it has to be athletic excellence, it has to be community excellence. It's all these things, and so you can't really just focus on one visual image. That would be too much sport related, too much academic related, and so it's like, how do you get that across without being too obvious?
My logo was a bulldog head and 150 around it, and saying 150 years of pure bulldog excellence. My biggest challenge was making a circle look even and centered with the rest of the logo. My favorite part about the whole project was just having a due date and getting trust and not being babied through the whole thing, and having independence to do really what I want. I think my logo, what makes it stand out from everybody else's logo is that it's very simple. I like the stars that go into the bulldog's head and how that looks. I hope to gain skills of self-dependence and be able to work on my own.
This is Carla Perez reporting for BNN.
The lacrosse season has recently started. Players give their thoughts on practice and how they are preparing for the upcoming game.
The lacrosse team has yet to play their first game on account of poor weather conditions. Despite this, the team was clearly excited about getting back into the swing of things. BNN spoke with two players, Whitman German and Thomas Sullivan, to see how they felt about starting their new season and to see how they think it's going to go.
Well, over the past couple of weeks, obviously we've been practicing really hard. We were supposed to have, I believe, 6 games over the weekend and a game yesterday, and they all got canceled due to weather. So unfortunately we have to reschedule those, so that'll probably be sometime next week when we'll have our first game, but we're still really excited. We've been working hard, so. I think we're looking great. I mean, we're trying some new stuff this year, new types of plays and stuff that we haven't done before, but it's really working out well for us, and I look forward to seeing it in a game. And it may not run perfectly smoothly the first time, but I expect it'll work out well by the end of the season.
The upcoming season should be pretty tricky because it's only the 4th year I think North has had a lacrosse team. And usually we do win a few games, but we lost some good seniors last year. But we have some good seniors this year that'll put some goals. I'm really excited for the season because I really enjoy playing lacrosse. I've played it for about 5 years now, and I enjoy playing with my teammates because they're really fun, and I've formed good friendships with them. We practice 5 nights a week to prepare from 5:30 to about 7, an hour and a half a night, either outdoor or indoor, depending on the weather. Just working on the fundamentals right now, and then we'll get into the systems later.
Weather permitted, the next game is on Saturday, April 14th at Evansville North High School at 9 a.m. Go support our team. This is Seth Noonan reporting for BNN.
The North Culinary team recently won the state competition. Those in culinary describe what this victory means to them and how they are preparing for the national competition in Rhode Island later this month.
Recently, the Columbus North culinary class competed in a state competition at Muncie, where they received first place. With their high placement, the team advanced to nationals. Arlette Cambrone, a culinary student attending the competition, gives her thoughts on the big event.
Preparing for nationals, usually we do practices after school. So on Tuesdays we'll be practicing until 6 o'clock. And then on Sundays we'll be practicing at 10 a.m. until midday maybe. And then we also, during class, instead of doing the labs with everyone else, we'll be practicing our knife cut. So we'll prepare some of the main ingredients that we'll be cutting up. Challenges we'll face are probably getting everything done on time. Like our problem solving is a little weak sometimes, or our critical thinking, or just fast reflexes, so we're working on that. And then just getting through the nerves. I've gone to state twice, and nationals will be my first time this year. So I'm kind of just excited for the environment over there, because everyone gets really energetic and nervous, but mostly energetic while we're there.
A cooking team consists of 4 people, 2 of which actually cook, and the other 2 are in charge of marketing management. Chef Carrie Douglas explains how she is preparing both teams for nationals.
Well, it's not really preparing them for the nationals. Once you've prepared them for the state, it's just fine-tuning what they did at state to go on to nationals. So it's taking the critique and the judges' scores that we got from state and saying, okay, this is where we need to improve, this is where, because even though we won, there's still critique. So it's just looking at the critique and saying, what do we need to fix, and then adjust. Well, honestly, everybody's goal is to win, but I tell them top 20. Nationals, the last time I went 2 years ago, the difference between first and last place was 7 points. That's how tight it is. My goal is for them to learn, grow. I've had students that got job offers at nationals before, so to me that means more than a trophy. So those are the kind of goals that I go in with, is make a good showing. Let them remember you for what you did, not necessarily for a trophy.
If you see culinary students in the hallway, make sure to wish them good luck and share your Bulldog spirit. This is Keith Wilson reporting for BNN.
Last week, due to flooding, BCSC closed school for 3 days. This led to the school corporation's first use of e-learning. Teachers and students give their opinions on the new system.
Last week, the students of Columbus North woke up to 3 days off of school due to sudden and severe flooding. Multiple roads around town were closed, and some areas had all-time high water levels. Instead of having to make these days up, however, students participated in what are called e-learning days. BNN interviewed Mr. Campbell to get a teacher's perspective on the matter.
E-learning days are supposed to assign the normal amount of work if the student was in my class, and that's what most teachers tried to assign. On the e-learning days that we recently had, I tried to have my students just stay right on track to where we were. So I didn't really change anything. They still did the assignments, whether they were in class or e-learning. It was still the assignments they were supposed to have done. Definitely continue with e-learning days. I loved them. We don't have to make them up, and it was still a great way through the computer and again through its learning to stay connected with my students even though we couldn't be physically at school. I liked them. E-learning days are a great way to stay connected. Students got their work done. I was able to, be in touch with them, and we were just right on track, just like we were here, even though we weren't.
BNN also interviewed Ethan Evans to get a student's viewpoint on e-learning.
I did not feel that e-learning days were helpful to us at all. I feel that while it is a day to prevent having to do makeup days, the amount of work that was introduced is more than we do during the day, during a normal school day. It felt like more busy work. It was work that was related to stuff we were doing in class, but it felt like it was just random assignments that kind of just were there for the sake of being there. I think that we could continue e-learning days. We just need to work on what is being assigned on e-learning days. My overall experience with e-learning has been not great. It just felt like it was a lot of extra work that took far longer to complete than any amount of work that would have been handed out in class.
E-learning days will take place all days off after spring break, and students will not have to make up e-learning days at the end of school year. This is Seth Noonan reporting for BNN.
The engineering class is building and programming robots to sort marbles. The teacher describes the importance of the project and how it helps improve students' engineering abilities.
As the school year begins to wind down, the engineering class is completing one of their most important projects. BNN discussed the importance of the marble sorter project with engineer teacher Mrs. Davis to understand why this is valuable to her students.
Okay, so we do a lot in our engineering classes. The first year starts out with the very basics, the overview of what engineering is. So in that class, we do a lot of 3D modeling. We start with sketching, all of the hand stuff that engineers need to do. And then as we progress through the years, we get more in depth and we start specializing. So second year engineering, we do a lot of robotics. We also tie in the electricity side. We tie in energy sources. We look at stress analysis. We look at materials. Third year engineering is computer integrated manufacturing, so that's focusing more so on the manufacturing side. And then fourth year engineering design and development, is taking everything you've learned and making one product. This assignment was teaching the students how to program using Beck's robotics. So with engineering, you have a lot of the building and the testing, but you also have to look into programming to make sure that you can get the piece to do exactly what you want. So that's what this assignment was about. From the marble sorting project, what I really hope that they take away is that it is okay to fail. So a lot of engineering is testing out an idea and seeing if it meets your criteria. And a lot of the time there is a troubleshooting, a failure process. And students today struggle with failing. So with my students on this project specifically, we look at what you can do when your product doesn't work, how you can improve, and how you keep moving forward. And then with engineering in general, I just hope that they take away a lot of the basic concepts of what engineering is and how they can apply that in their daily life.
This is Hallie Schwarzkopf reporting for BNN. And that's it for today, Bulldogs. I'm Gracie Davis.
And I'm Keith Wilson.
Have a great weekend.
BNN is a proud partner of CNHS Media at Columbus North in Columbus, Indiana. All music is provided by American Music Company.